Hello there, folks. Today we're going to show you how to create this drawing from a model that you created yourself. Here we're in a drawing sheet. To create a new drawing, you just simply click the Create Drawing button. Choose your template. Click OK. If you've already created a drawing, you do not need to create a new one. When you have a drawing, you can add additional sheets. I'll show you how to do that right now. So if I already have a drawing and I want to add additional sheets to it, on the left-hand side, I can open the Sheets pane, and there is a new sheet button, Insert Sheet button at the top. So now you can see I have two sheets, Sheet 1 and Sheet 2. Double-click on the sheet that you want to use to see it. So let's call this sheet Paperclip. So you can see I have my Paperclip sheet, and then I have a Sheet 2, which I haven't named yet. And I'll hide that. When the sheet opens up at first, the Insert View button pops up with the Insert tab selected. You saw I had closed it out by clicking the red X at the beginning. Once you have opened the Insert button and you have clicked the second Insert button, don't know why that asks you to do it twice, but it does. We're going to roll on down here and find the product you want. My Paperclip is in my Set 4 document. And you can see I named it Paperclip, so I'm going to bring that in. Once you've selected your object, you need to select the view orientation from the various named views. Because I created mine on the front plane, I want the front view, and I'm going to go to half scale, which is the second step in the operation. After you've inserted your view, the software automatically moves you over to the projected view configuration, which means that the next place I click, I will get a projected view based on the first view I put in. If I hold it to the right, I'll get a right side view. If I hold it above, I'll get a left top view. Hold it left, I'll get a left view, bottom view, and of course, if I hold it up here to the right, I'll get an isometric view showing the top right, or the front top right is isometric. I'm going to escape out of the tool by clicking the escape button on my keyboard. And then I want to show a shaded view, so I'm going to right click on the isometric view and show hide. I'm going to show hide my shaded view. Once I have my shaded view, I'm going to go ahead and add a section view up top so we can get a good clean look. I could also use a top view. Let's take a look and see what the options are. Hit my projected view. Look at that from above. That is moderately descriptive. I could also choose a section view. Section views are adjacent views that are cut. You can choose horizontal or vertical section cut lines. So I'm going to click a horizontal section line, and then I'm going to select location at the top of the straight sections of my paperclip at the center of my arc. I'll bring that up, and you can see that I just created section view AA, cutting plane AA. Now it's up to you which one of these you choose to think is more representative. I'm going to go ahead and keep the section views just to show that that's a uniform cut. So what section views show us, you can see here that the part has been cut, and we're looking at it along the cutting plane. These diagonal lines represent the area where it's been cut. Not anywhere where there's not a diagonal line is just a regular edge. So if I'm zooming out here, you can see this is inside the curve. This circle and this circle are the ends of the wire for the paperclip. We'll keep the paper, keep that. Now it's time to go ahead and add dimensions. When we designed this, we designed it using the center line of the path of the paperclip. So we need to get that in order to get our accurate measurements. To get that center line, I'm going to come on up here and find my edge to edge center line tool, which will allow us to add a center line along our part. So I'll just click the edges that I want to put the center line between, and I'm going to go all the way around the model in order to do that. I don't know why, but along the curves, you have to click both sides. And on the straight edges sides, you just have to, the straight runs, you only have to click one side. Now that we have the center line, we can begin adding our dimensions. The dimension tool works very similarly to the dimension tool in your sketch environment when we created the model originally. You just choose the dimension tool. Shortcut key is still D. For circles, we click on the edge of the circle and move the mouse, and then wherever you click is where the dimension will be placed. I'm going to click here. When the dimension comes up, it has a default format. If you'd like to change the default format, just click the little pop-up box, and then you can see that dimension settings appear here. I do not recommend changing the number here by typing over it. If you want that to be 0.2 rather than 0.200, I'm going to hit the drop down arrow and change the precision to the dimension, to the precision you're looking for. If you'd like to have a leading zero, for example, right now it reads diameter 0.2. I personally like to have it read as diameter 0.2. So after the symbol here, I'm going to put a 0. Anything you type in this upper box will show up above the dimension. This is the prefix of the dimension. This is the value of the dimension. These are tolerances. If you want to add units, you can add here, and then suffix of the dimension. And this bottom line is where you can add things under the dimension. Let's continue to add our dimensions. We need the diameter of the wire. We need the radius for the bends. And just like before, I'm going to go ahead and drop the precision down so that it's more in line with what I'm concerned about. We'll go with just the least number of digits we can. So I'm going to go with 0.5. So that's 1/10. And then we'll come down here. Notice that I am clicking on the center line that we added, not the edges of the model. So if you're not getting the same model dimensions that you typed, you may be selecting the wrong item rather than selecting the center line. So you're selecting the edge. Like right now, I'm going to select this edge, which is appropriate because I want the length from this point to this point. But in the arcs, you want to make sure you're selecting the center line. And come on. There we go. And the last item I need. If you accidentally select the wrong item, just hit the escape key. You can see I just did. I had accidentally selected the distance between the center line and the edge. Drop that to one decimal place. All right. Excellent. Now it's time to add our notes. You'll notice that if you're using the template provided, the name automatically appears. So whatever you name the drawing will appear, and whatever you name the part will appear. Your scale, your name, the design date, all that automatically pops up. We're going to go ahead and add a note to show our material and mass. So just type in. I like to do this in all caps. It is pretty conventional to do your notes in all caps. And one thing you notice, I did not type the material and the mass. I'm going to actually add those. I'm going to add those as automatic inserts. So up here in this note box, there are a couple folder looking icons, and I'm going to choose insert reference property. I can come down here and choose material from the option, and then I can come over here and choose the mass from the option, and it automatically ties to the model. So by doing this way, if I make a change to my model, my drawing stays updated in time, and that was good and easy. So good luck, have fun, as always, keep being awesome.